Got a little bit of Lamuse Gouda, which is an aged Gouda, or Gouda as they call it in the Netherlands, and it's pretty sweet. It's like the cheese version of candy, because Gouda, although they don't protect what is Gouda, like Parmesan, like you have to meet a bunch of criteria, and the Italian government regulates how it's made in order for it to be called Parmesan Reggiano. There's no such thing in Gouda, so people can just make it all over the world, wherever they want, like however they want. But the one thing they all agree on is that you wash the curds, which washes away most of the lactose, so there's less lactic acid in the final product, and it gets kind of sweet and candy-like, a little bit butterscotchy and crunchy. This Montgomery's cheddar. There's only 3 traditional cheddars left in the world because they never protected, they never name controlled cheddar, like Parmesan and Reggiano. So most of them have gone extinct. There's only 3 surviving ones. This is one of them. They're made in Somerset, England. He ages them about a year. He uses traditional pint starters, which means he doesn't use freeze-dried bacteria. He keeps a little piece of like a little container of milk, like in the corner of his farm, just always fermenting, and keeps using that. Like if something were to happen to that, the cheese would be extinct. They would lose the bacteria. And there are horror stories from that happening to other cheesemakers. They wrap it in a muslin cloth that's soaked in lard, because that's traditionally what you do. Another thing you might not want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is that it's a little bit of cheese mites that go on the outside, and that's how the cheeses are traditionally aged, so that the mites eat the lard, and then they let in flavors from the aging room, and you have to make sure you have just the right amount of mites, and all the cheesemakers' children like play with them, they build things out of them, and then they move to different locations, and then they gather them back up, and you have to make sure the mites are the right age. If they get too old, then cheese won't smell as good, but if they're too young and they don't eat enough, they have to have the right age. It's like crazy amount of work that goes into that. So that's a very good one, and he lets just a little bit of moisture evaporation out to get like a little bit of cracking, so some blue can invade in there. Sometimes you get like big streaks of blue in there. Listening to him like talk about the troubleshooting for getting just the right amount moisture content to like allow a bit of blue in. It took him decades. He's still working on it. This is Nocello di Capra. This is a double creme goat cheese from Lombardy. It's really velvety and silky, and you'll have a good time with it. This is Tessin di Castagno, which is a favorite of mine. This might not be legal in the country soon because of the FDA's overreaching bans on things. They're really worried about cheeses that are wrapped in leaves. Like they already banned Valdeon, which is a traditional Spanish blue cheese, wrapped in sycamore leaves. Now we can still get it, but instead of being wrapped in sycamore leaves and being very strong, it's a very mild cheese that's wrapped in foil with pictures of sycamore leaves on it. It's kind of, it's pretty unfortunate. So this one is chestnut leaves, and they're soaked in wine. It's a little bit sweet. It's really good. This is a.
What did they call it at De Bruno's?
Oh my God, cheese.
Oh my God. And is it hard, creamy? What?
Oh yeah, it's a hard. It's a little bit hard and crystalline. It's aged around, I think it's about 8 months. These ones I don't personally sell, so I don't have all the exact details on the age. But
can we try those before we move on to the next?
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can do one little set at a time.
The Gouda should be
what's that brick in the back?
So yeah, this is the last one I was going to tell you. This is the Blue de Bufala, which is this is a buffalo milk blue cheese. One of the few buffalo milk cheeses other than buffalo mozzarella di bufala, as they call it in Italy. We were very lucky to have it because when the Nazis were retreating through Naples, Italy, they slaughtered all the water buffalo. So we thought we weren't going to be able to have any buffalo milk cheeses from them. And luckily, they imported new water buffalo from India and started a whole new population that's now thriving. So we're lucky to have that. This is a new invention just in the last couple of decades. A couple of brothers are trying to see